Hey all, Russ here, RVerTV. Welcome. Check it out. We're heading up Mingus Mountain on Highway 89A. Gonna cut over to Jerome, the ghost town. Old mining town, ghost town, haunted. Everything there, old buildings. We're actually gonna walk around, do some exploring, plus see a museum. Plus, gonna be spending a few days up in this neck of the woods as well. Right up here to the right's a campground on Mingus Mountain. There's recreation area, campground. I've never stayed up here. I've always driven past. Same way in Jerome, I've always driven through the town, never stopped. But today's the day we're stopping. Do a little exploring as well. It's downhill from here. The valley up here is called Verde Valley. We're dropping down quick. I always thought this would be like being up in a low airplane when you're up this, coming down the side of this mountain like this, on this road. It's a windy one. Okay, we're getting down near the bottom. There's a pole out. I need to stop, reset the cameras, put new batteries in. Right up here, you're going to get a glimpse of Verde Valley. How high we still are up on this hill. Mountain, not a hill. All those spoil piles across the road, that was a huge mining operation way back. You can't get up in there. It's all private property. It's all blocked off. But I've always noticed that right along the roadway. Some of the old buildings. Jerome goes way back. It is something. Ought to be a fun day. Alright, you've seen the sign. We are officially entering Verde Valley. There's a little pole out up here. I need to stop for a minute. We'll reset the cameras. Pretty in here, isn't it? Always see cars stop Heavily traveled road, a lot of tourism in Jerome. Takes you all the way over to Prescott, back the other direction towards the west. Imagine how deep that mine goes back in that mountain to get that amount of spoils. That's only part of it. They were making a mountain. Makes you wonder, huh? Big time copper up here. Copper mines, all of it. You can see some of the old abandoned buildings. Looks like they're concrete, what's left of them. And right through that little pass there is the start of Jerome. Jerome's built on the side of a mountain. It is one of a kind town, that's for sure. All the ghosts, the hauntings, the cemetery. They have what they call Jerome tours. They'll take you at night. You can wander around the cemetery, see some ghosts. Alright, well, let me get set up and we're going to continue on. There's an actual ghost town just outside of Jerome. I thought we'd try to go up there, see what it is. Kind of a tourist thing, but what the heck. Might see something cool. Alright, get back on the road. I always check out, see that fencing holding back the rocks, crashing down on the road. I always check this out. It is pretty narrow right there. And there's Verde Valley. We're probably right around 5,000 feet, low over 5,000 foot. Here we go. Look at that view. It's like being up in a little airplane, isn't it? Looking out the window. And welcome to Jerome. That is a long ways over the edge. Okay, we're officially in the town limits. Parking is an absolute premium through here. Narrow, tiny streets. Been like this forever. Your front porch is on top of the sidewalk. Love it. Look at that curb right there. That is close. So I'm kind of watching the phone. That ghost town thing. We're gonna make a left down there at the fire department. All the times I've driven through Jerome, I've never stopped. This will be the very first time ever. So we're gonna walk around a little bit, check everything out. Plus, there's a old mansion that is now a state park here, and they got a big museum inside. Oh, look at that elevation, 5,000 feet right there. I guessed well. Total guess. So the question is, would you live here? Maybe. I don't know. There's the famous haunted hotel up on the hill. You can rent a room there. Very, very famous. Some of the rooms are even cost extra to get a ghost. There's the fire department. Also, I spotted on Google Maps, I never knew this, there's a huge public parking lot up here. One of the reasons I never stopped, because the size of the van, it's hard to park it anywhere. So we're going to check that out too. Learn something new. I've probably been through here 3-4 times through the years. Clarkdale is right down the hill from here. There's a big copper museum. Plus, I booked a train ride for tomorrow. We're going to go on the Verde Canyon train tomorrow. There's the parking lot. I'll be darned. Look at that. That thing is huge. I guess they got a shuttle. You can ride a shuttle down to the streets or just walk it. I think we'll walk it. All right, back here a couple miles should be that old ghost town. I think he even had a name, Haynes, Arizona, something like that. We'll find out. There's mining tailings everywhere. Okay, this is a friendly ghost town according to the sign. Wow, look at all the old vehicles. My goodness, all kinds of old trucks. What a collection. Old car carrier. Dump trucks. Looks like a little bit of everything. Should be just now getting opened up. All right, that's another big pile of mining tailings right there. Goodness. Well, since the 1800s. That state park, when we go to that museum, it has a lot of mining info. All right, take a little walk. Okay, we're in. It was $15 to get in. They got different things you can do, panning, all kinds of stuff. Self-guided tour, the way I like it. Wow, there is just everything here. Windmill, wheels, radiator. My goodness. What a collection, huh? Looks like some old shacks up here, hanging off the edge. They put a lot of thought in putting all this together. Definitely put this on your must-do. If you get up here to Jerome, Clarksdale, all of it. And your old dentist office. Just stuff everywhere. Look at that, get a tooth pulled, $1.50. Ouch. That floor is original. That is some old wood. More shacks. Lady said they got a blacksmith up here that'll probably show you stuff. Old steamroller. My goodness. Well, they've collected well. I wasn't expecting all this. Gas pumps, pickup truck. There's your house on the hill. If those walls could talk, it don't look very good shape though. Must have been like a gas station, auto parts, oil cans, old oil cans in here. And there's your porch with a view. Same view they had back when they were mining here. I'm looking for a ghost. Don't see one yet. Here you go, shoe repair. All kinds of equipment. This wood looks pretty new, so they've restored a lot of them. This is kind of cool. Man, if you got a family with kids, oh, this is perfect. Look at that old washing machine. Oh my goodness. They made a light out of a bucket. There you go. If you got an old bucket, now you can make a light out of it. That's cool. Washing clothes. That's how you use the washing machines. Start scrubbing. Oh man. Where they slept. Pictures of town here, Jerome. Daisy Hotel. There's the Hotel Jerome, 1917, 1915. Wow. Still looks kind of the same, except the horses. Oh, gotta have this a jail? Nope, this like a cabin. There's your bed, stove, home away from home. I'm just impressed with all the cars. My goodness. Cars, trucks. All right, I want to check that house, and then we'll make our way out of here. There's the actual road up there. I see a sign up here. See what it says. All the cactus coming out of the rock. That's old. That takes a lot of years to grow that. 5,000 feet. You get a touch of snow here, definitely rain. Last 60 homes. This is Haynes, Arizona, till 1959. The lady who lived here was 105 years old. Then she moved to Prescott and lived another 5 years. That's amazing. Last home standing. What a view she had from up here. More old buildings. Haynes, Arizona. More old trucks. Route 66. Ford parking only. Others will be crushed. Heck yeah. Wow. They're actually pretty good shape. One thing in Arizona, you don't get a lot of rust. There's our blacksmith shop. Old time semi truck named the Other Woman. I knew I could smell wood. That's an actual sawmill. I bet they run it for kids and stuff when families are here cutting up wood. That'd be cool. Big old log there, huh? Just big chunks of wood everywhere. I like that sign said bustin' knuckles. Old firefighting hoses, pumps. Oh, here's a mine shaft. Actual Cook's mine. Closed in 1914, right there. Uh-oh. They forgot someone. Well, them guys been hanging around for a while, huh? It's kind of like a replica mine. Pretty cool. Pretty realistic. Can you imagine coming to work? Down you go. Down underground. I believe some of these mines here are thousands of feet. We'll find out over at the state park. Okay, looks like they got chickens, turkeys, a little bit of wildlife here. Well, I think I'm about at the end of it. We walked pretty much all of it. There's restrooms here. Cool. More old trucks. Studebakers. Those are in good shape too. All right. Essay office. Got any gold to weigh up? Not today. There's scale, little bottles to put it in. Well, neat stop. Glad I came up here. Put on your list. Well, let's go down to the parking lot. We'll park there and then I'll walk downtown, check out a few of the buildings. Kind of happy to find parking for the van. That's been one of the main reasons I never really stopped in Jerome. Well, down there's the mansion. We're going to be heading down there in just a little bit. That's a state park. We'll take a little stroll down to downtown Jerome. Heck yeah. But Verde Valley, isn't that a big open area, huh? Pretty. Another old truck from that ghost town. That was kind of cool up there. It's worth it going there. It's a little touristy, but not bad. There's the big curve where you wind up through town here. These streets are narrow. Always see a ton of people here. Coffee shops, restaurants, old hotel down here, plus the one up on the hill. And the ghost thing, that's a big, big deal here. Chasing ghosts. Metal artwork, mural, new state motors, part of a car, stairway down there. It looks like some kind of gift shop or something. Oh, here's the post office. Right down this busy street. Old buildings. Even the sidewalk's narrow, isn't it? See, there's one of their parking lots. You pay to park down here too. That upper one where I'm at, there's no charge. More ruins from old buildings. I think they had fire here that took out a lot of the town, if I remember right. Bartlett Hotel, that's what this used to be. But those walls could talk, huh? We'll be driving out that way, so we'll catch that in the van. Jerome's really not that big, is it? There's the old firehouse. Well, they got all this gated off, but at least you can still see it. So a lot of the old rooms. The old 37 fire truck, 1937. Been in here for a while, hadn't it? Okay, what else we got? Artwork. Not sure what the heck that thing is. And more artwork. Wow. Okay. I'm sure there's a meaning to it. Alright, well, we're on the back street here. We'll work our way back up towards the van. There's another parking lot down there. Not too many cars here. Definitely warming up. Getting into some warm weather now. Looks like newspaper articles. Mules and mining. Some pictures of the old mines. The mules they used underground. What a life. Boy, that reflection is really bad. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do. Borough Park Team. 1910. Huh. More about the burrows. Delivered wood. Looks like a parade. Lawrence Memorial Hall is what this building is. There it is, Jerome Fire. 6 people were killed or burned. 15 reported missing. That's a long time. They were living in tents then after the fire. I'll be darned. "125th anniversary of Jerome in last year." All right, well, let's head up towards the van. That building looks pretty new. Here's your winery. Do a little wine tasting. Right here in downtown Jerome, Arizona. Kind of cool to walk. I've only driven through here. See a lot of the old buildings. And that's the winery. Since 2001. I'm sure it's good. I don't really drink anymore, so I wouldn't know. Wow, there's a big old projector for a movie theater. Looks like that building's seen better days. 1918, Liberty Theater. Oh my goodness. That is one old building. Over 100 years old. Those flowers are gorgeous. I'll be darned. Very colorful. What was this? Jenny's Place. A brothel. Oh my goodness. She was murdered here. Oh, another ghost probably. Another ghost story. They say Jerome was a wild town. Well, let's go grab the van and we'll head over to the mansion. Well, it's actually a state park. Used to be a mansion. Now it's a state park and museum. Big old firehouse up here, right on the hill. Better be in pretty good shape. You're going to be walking around these streets. There is a shuttle, though. I think I mentioned it. They run a shuttle from the parking lot. I've seen signs for it. It's like from 11 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, something like that. That's probably the best looking building here, that firehouse, huh? All right, just got about a mile to go. Then we'll wind off this mountain. One-way streets up through here. Almost has to be. More neat old buildings. We don't walk down this far. More people. Town's filling up. But even the porches overhang the sidewalks right on the street. Been like this forever. Well, what was it? All the mining took place up here. Then down in Clarkdale, down at the bottom of the hill. That's where everyone lived. Which we're going to explore around there tomorrow. We're taking the train ride to the Verde Canyon. I think I already mentioned that. Maybe we'll go out to the ruins, the Tuzagoot ruins. Got the Copper Museum. While we're here, might as well enjoy this beautiful weather right up here in northern Arizona. We're not that far from Sedona, too. Maybe in a couple days they run the hot air balloons over there. Maybe we can go catch some guys flying around. Here it is. I need to make a left. Even workers there, those workers barely can park. There you go. That kind of gives you an idea how the houses are just stuffed on the hill. Well, probably expensive to live here now. Everywhere is expensive. More old buildings from the mining days. To think this used to be this full of people working, pulling ore out of the ground. Guarantee you this land is just honeycombed with mine shafts. Alright, welcome to Jerome State Park. I was here once a few years ago. It's pretty cool. They got bigger parking lot areas over on the other side. There's a good look at the hotel up there. I'm pretty sure we'll find out when we go in. This used to be a mansion. Belonged to either a doctor, or they owned the mine, something like that. Really a good view of town from down here. There's the hotel way up there. I don't see any ghosts. They're around though. There is a charge to get in. You can buy passes for Arizona State Parks, yearly passes too. That was once a big house mansion right there. That is some blue on that. That's from Marencia, Arizona. That's down south. It's a big mine down south of here. Rock crusher right there. Bet that thing was noisy. Self-guided tour. Got some old cameras in there. A few old pictures. There's an upstairs to this thing. There's also a movie you can watch in here. Old piano. My goodness. Thing must weigh a ton. This must have been the study in the library. No TV back then. This is where they sat in here, read books, crackling fire, look out at the view. Here's another big chunk of ore. Just the color of that, isn't it? That's off an old building. My goodness. That's got to be old. There's a bolt holding it together. The Douglas family. They must have been the ones living here. Old panoramic photos of Jerome. What the town was back then. All the miners. 1914. So all these are from the 1900s. More of them. That's pretty good photography back then to capture all that. Lighting's not the best in here, getting a lot of reflection. I can't really help it. But kind of get the idea, huh? Wonder how much tonnage or millions of tons they probably pulled out of the ground. A lot of the town kind of looks the same, doesn't it? Push button light switches. Those are old. I remember growing up as a kid, an old house I lived in, they had those. There's your mules pulling the ore carts. Well, we got back here, the old kitchen of the house. There's your ice box. The heck? Carbonator for making carbonated drinks. Big, tall cabinets. These are high ceilings in here. Definitely old construction. Glass bottles from back in the day. Run your soda fountain. There's a lot of artifacts and pictures. A little history about Jerome there. Old time air tank for the mines. Stretcher to pull workers out, probably from way down below. And that's the guy that owned the mine, I think. Copper everything. Oh, cool. Like a 3D model of the mine. All the different layers. That goes way down in there. There's the town. My goodness. What engineering to figure all that out, to go all the way down in there like that. Jerome slipping down the hill from all the mining that undermined the town. I'll be darned. Them buildings just going. One falls, they just build another one probably, huh? Just part of life. Look at the wall caved in on that one. That's something. Quite a few of them, really. Well, you want a little fixer-upper, there you go. Where was that? Butte, Montana, that happened to as well, where they mined so much under the town, the buildings and streets caved in, I think, up there. Shows you how deep they went. My goodness. Chasing the ore. Big money. Want to blow something up? Dynamite. Keep busting that rock out. Machine drilling. They even got sound effects. That's cool. All the different lanterns, oil lanterns they used way back. Nowadays it'd be all those LED lights and everything. Big old bathroom. Look at that tub. People would die to have one of those now. Well, probably a lot of people lived in this place. Another 3D model of the mine. So the folks that lived here looked out this window just like we are now. That was their view. 100+ years ago. And looks like they had union workers here for labor. Info on that. All the different trains that probably ran up this mountain, hauling ore. There you go. See if it works. Nope. Little miniature train set. Narrow gauge to Jerome. Probably just non-stop hauling ore. Verde Tunnel and Smelter Railroad. survey equipment, probably constantly going that deep in the ground. And all the electrical. They needed their own power grid to run that mine. Just huge, massive. Those are glass insulators for electricity lines. They're huge, aren't they? I've never seen one that big up close. There you go, way up the gold or copper. Big old scale. Bet that thing is accurate too. Well, cool beans. Let's go outside. They got some stuff outside too, I think. Must be all the mining claims here. Perfect weather. No wind. Nice and warm. Mingus Mountain view. Definitely got that here. There's the J up there for Jerome on the mountain. Cactus garden. Big old, what are those, stamp mills? Something like that. Anyway, they make a lot of noise and crush rock. Old mining cars. Very well done. State of Arizona, they've done well here. Most state parks are good in Arizona. Saving history. They got to. There's Doc Douglas's buggy car. Went out to help people. Hook up the horse, away you go. Look, they even got a sprinkler system in this building. And more mining equipment. The entire town is like a museum, isn't it? I mean, since we got here. From buildings to parks to everything. Heck, I'm an antique. The mines that made the town. Well, you can say that again. And the ghost. Where's all the ghost? Sunshine Hill. Ah, the bosses got to live up there in the hill. The mining bosses. I see how it goes. What a view they had, huh? Well, I think we covered all the way around here. What do you think? Big old mansion turned museum and park. Since 1963. This has been part of the park system. Looks like the family donated it. There's another big old rock. Got all the color on it. And they got a gift shop. Buy the books, souvenirs. Looks like walking sticks. And a big old fireplace. Alright, well, I'm going to stay at a RV park down by Clarkdale, which is at the bottom of this hill. Probably about 8-9 miles away. It's getting on in the afternoon. Not too many places to actually build that's flat. So that Douglas family, they owned it here, huh? They had all the money. More houses right on the edge. You see drain pipes coming down along the rocks here. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you sign up free newsletter, put one out twice a month now. Also, we got free downloadable puzzles. There's articles, guides, all kinds of cool stuff that are free right there on RVerTV.tv. Plus, got the merch shop. Armchair Traveler series are out now. If you get a coffee mug, send us a picture of you drinking a cup of coffee in an RVerTV mug. We got a thing called mug shots. We'll put your picture right in the newsletter. Also, where are you watching RVerTV at? Send a picture of that as well. Watching the videos from home, in an RV, whatever. We'll get you recognized and get the picture out as well too, right there in our newsletter. And it's once again RVerTV.tv, and I appreciate it very much. What a fun day exploring around Jerome. I've never done that. I've only driven through here. So glad I did. All kinds of cool things. If you get up this way, make sure you check out everything around Jerome. They do have it here. Alright, coming up, we're going to do a train ride up the Verde Canyon. Also, Clarkdale got the Copper Museum and the ruins. Tuesday Goot ancient ruins. Right around here, just a few miles away. Journey never ends. Talk soon.